How do I explain to my boyfriend the difference between doing something because you want to versus doing it because you're told to?
Interesting.
I deal with this with Michael all the time.
Wait. Before we start, give a thumbs up for this mustard yellow shirt.
I do like that shirt.
Isn't it nice?
Yeah, I like
nice
that
mustard color. All right.
I love that shirt. Okay, so we have a great relationship. We are both heavy on communication and solving issues through talking and sometimes meeting halfway on solution. There's just this one issue that's been reoccurring for the last few months now, and we never seem to get to see eye to eye on it. We'll have plans, say at night, and my boyfriend during the afternoon will go out with one of his friends that will invite him out for drinks at night, and not 1 hour later, I'll be getting a text saying, "Do you mind if I go out with the boys?" Now this has happened in all shapes and sizes, and honestly, even though it has gotten better, it happened way too often. Sometimes we have gaming nights planned and he bails on me to go have a drink with his friends. Sometimes a friend of his throws a tantrum because they planned it on Friday, but now it's more convenient for him on Thursday when we had our plans. Sometimes a friend will constantly text him on all social medias and call him 5 or 6 times on his phones, and we'll be having joined plans, like plans together, like they'll meet up.
Yeah.
Now for the obligatory defense time. I like his friends and I don't mind going with my boyfriend to have a drink with them or go out. What I do mind is planning special something for the two of us to end the night with his friends in some random bar. I think everyone can have their plans, but if I planned something, I'd like those to remain untouched. Now we have talked about this a lot of times. I think I can see his point, but he can't see mine. He insists I should voice what I want and tell him clearly if I want to keep our plans or not, and he'll just do what I tell him. However, I find that a bit ridiculous because, one, I already voiced what I wanted when I made plans with him, and I don't see why I have to agree again, like I'm in a computer about to delete Windows and I'm being asked twice if I'm sure I want to do that. And 2, I don't like the feeling of telling him what he has to do and basically force him to still have his plans with me, especially because if I see he really wants to go, I won't be happy knowing he'd rather be somewhere else. And 3, I'd rather he be with me because he wants to be and not because I told him to. This last argument is what my boyfriend doesn't seem to comprehend, and I'd just like some advice on how I can make him understand it better. I want to know what you think about that because I feel like guys just don't get it.
We don't
Guys
care
get
about
pulled
it, really.
from 2 directions,
Yes.
and they want to please both sides.
Yes, and so
it's ridiculous.
Yes, it's very difficult to please because you don't want to seem like, on one hand, like, you know, you're dropping everything for your girl. You gotta hang out with the boys, you know.
But you can't.
Your boys gonna be like, "Oh man, what? You can't come hang out with the boys? Oh, how not? All right, because you gotta go with your girlfriend."
Yes. Okay. I think that for boyfriends, I think that if you're making plans with your girlfriend, you need to keep those plans with your girlfriend.
Yes.
That's girl and boyfriend
fair.
time. That's girlfriend and boyfriend time.
That's fair. That's a fair point. Now, I know I've done this shit in the past for sure, many times.
God.
We'd have something to do, and I get one of my homies to call me up. Hey, man, like, you want to come to the house? Like, we're going to do this, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, blah.
And then you look at me quietly because you don't want to ask,
yeah,
but you don't like.
I'll be on speakerphone or I'll be talking out loud so that she can kind of hear something.
Yeah.
And I'll look at her like, is that fine? Or is that cool? Probably in her head, she's like, no, but, you know, she most likely says okay.
But that's the thing, too, is like what she said, like, you don't want to tell him no.
Yeah.
Because, and then if you do, like, you feel like he's just being forced to stay with you.
Yeah. That's true. No, that's very true. That's what happens. And guys don't want to act like they want to kick it with their boys. They want to try to please both. They're being pulled from both sides, like you mentioned. So it's a really difficult place to be.
You do that all the time.
I know. Yep. I do. I get it. No, I see what's going on. How to make him understand it better is that you let him know. Well, I mean, coming from you, it might not be anything that he's going to really want to hear. It might be better if it's coming from a dude, from his friend or something.
Yeah, so what, she's going to confide in his friend? And then his friend...
I'm telling him she can play this video for him.
She wants the advice of how...
Yes, but I'm telling you, you giving him the advice isn't going to work. So play him this video. Look, this is what you need to do, bruh. When you have a plan with your lady, make sure that nothing else involves that plan. You do that no matter what. If it's dinner...
You also need to... One thing that we started practicing was being present. So, like, if he's spending time with me, he may not answer his incoming phone calls. Because that's me and you time. Like when we go on our walks on Sunday. Sometimes, depending who's calling, he won't answer the phone because I'll call him back later or whatever.
Yes.
Which is, I think that's a good thing because then it's like, okay, now I know that you're valuing the time that we're spending
There's
together.
nothing else that's getting involved with me. Like, there's nothing else that's pulling me this way and pulling me that way. It's like, no, I'm right here, right now, and that's it.
Right.
Then when I get home, Leave me the hell alone. I've got phone calls to make.
Yeah, that's fine. but I know that when he's spending time with me, that he's spending the time with me.
Yes, exactly.
And if I don't feel like he's spending
Yes.
the time with me and it's not quality
Yeah.
time, then I don't
Yeah.
feel like it really wasn't shit.
Yeah, this just happened like a few months ago where I was doing that. Where like we'd hang out, I'd have a call, and I'd have to answer this call
Because it's an important phone call that I have to answer.
and so it'd just be like, oh, I gotta go over here, and then like I'm sitting on the couch, and then like I'm not really thinking about I'm not thinking about what we're doing. I'm just everywhere else in my mind, everywhere else. It wasn't quality time, and so I wasn't spending time with her. I was really I wasn't being anywhere really. I was halfway there and halfway here, and it's like you were not gonna get anywhere with that, and she's gonna know that. So send this to him and let him know this right here. Okay, so you need to spend time with her when you make plans with her. Period. Because what that's gonna do is that you're gonna break off plans with everybody else in your life too. Like she might think, oh, all he does is go see his friends. That's who he won't. I bet you there's gonna be other things that in his life he's gonna bail on. You don't want to do that's bailing on things in his life, including you. Because you know the saying, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I know that if he's not taking this time seriously, quality time with you, he's not doing with anywhere else in his life. You might think that he is, but he's not. Right? Fair?
In some instances.
Some instances, fine. So you need to make sure that you're spending time with her when you're with her. You have plans with her, make sure.
Yes, that's right.
That's right. I know I'm not saying I'm perfect and I do it every single time. No, I'm not saying that, but make sure you're spending time with her and make sure you're there with her. Then make sure that you have days with your boys that she ain't gonna interrupt you on. Like it's very clear about these.
I would kind of just tell him too, like when you're with me, like you need to be with me, and then that way there's not an opportunity for him to bail out. So like if he's hanging out with you and you make your plans for that night, he's not allowed to answer phone calls from his friends.
Yeah, and if he and yeah, fair enough. And
because
if he does,
because then he's staying there to spend the time with you, and then you won't feel like he's there because he doesn't want to be.
Exactly, he's not there and he's not in his mind somewhere else.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't do that, he doesn't take you seriously.
Then he'd rather be with his friends.
He'd rather do anything.
He'd rather please his friends.
He'd rather please his friends and you know what I mean? He'd rather do all that stuff. And he's not gonna take you seriously. Fair? He really won't. Like if you're like say, okay, you know what, boyfriend Charlie, you're here with me right now, and what we're gonna do is when we say that we're going out for dinner, we're gonna go out for dinner. And you're not gonna answer your phone, it's gonna be me time, us time. Okay, fine. Then you do that, and while you're at dinner, he's getting texts from his homeboys. He's on Twitter, he's on Instagram, not giving a fuck.
No.
Well, then he's not going to take you seriously.
Be present.
Yeah. But would you advise her to fucking drop his ass if he's not doing that, if he's not taking you
I
seriously?
would give. Well, it also depends like how long they've been together and stuff. Because I've been with this fool for 10 years and he was doing that up until like 2 months ago.
And so it says sometimes a friend will constantly text him on social media and call him 5 or 6 times when we'll be having joint plans. It's like not gonna be a good. It's not
Silence
gonna work
your
out.
phone if that's what's gonna happen.
Bottom line is, you need to let him know that you guys need, your time and nothing else in between.
Mm-hmm. And then when he has his time, he can.
You dare bug him. Okay, hold on. That's a bit extreme.
Yeah.
It's not don't you dare bug him. It's that don't be offended if he doesn't message you back and because he's with his boys and
Yeah.
he's doing his thing. And if he doesn't take you seriously, then you need to reconsider your time with this dude. It might be time to peace out on him, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
No, I wouldn't like it either. Especially if it's like bugging the hell out of you. It's still like, and if you're with your partner, this is just some general advice for people out there. If you're like spending time with each other, don't be on your phone.
No.
That shit's annoying.
Put your phone away.
Put your phone away. I was just out getting boba the other day. I was just waiting in line, just checking my phone and shit. And then I looked around me. I like kind of was like, huh. I looked around me. There was like 6 different couples. Every single one of them was on their phone, like next to each other. And I'm like, oh hell no. I was like, whoop, put that thing away. And then I was just sitting there waiting for it. Don't be on your phone with your partner, getting boba or going to Subway or whatever the hell people do. Go to dinner. Go to the gym, go on a walk. Don't be on your phone. Just leave it at home. That's a challenge. Try it. It's a damn challenge sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really though. But I think that's some generally good advice for people.
Yeah.
So yeah, do that. Show them this video. Let them know what's up. If you don't like it, then leave. That's like our advice for every time. You don't like it, then leave.
Yeah.
So like, subscribe. Ding, 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 ding. And let us know if we're tripping. Let us know if you can give some more advice. They're young people, and yeah, we can hopefully they take our advice and do the right thing and do the damn thing. Fair?
Mhm.
All right, that's it. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.